If you prefer lying for your relaxation, that's fine. If you need to stay in a chair, maybe put in a pillow behind your back so that you can feel that sense of support, so we don't just collapse back and around the body, which stops the breath flowing freely. So not a rigid sitting position, but a tall sitting position. If you're lying down on your back, it's probably a good idea to have knees bent. It just lets your back settle to the floor. Or you could place a bolster or pillow under the knees for a little bit of support, just to ease that natural deep curve in the small of the back. Let's take a few moments just to really settle comfortably. So that then we're not going to be distracted by messages from the body. And once we're physically comfortable, do our best to remain still so as not to disturb our inner harmony. So eyes gently closed, or if that makes you uncomfortable, just a very gentle gaze, but try to keep your eyes still, because even movement of the eye can disturb the nervous system. And just start to feel those parts of your body that are on the ground or supported by your seat. Imagine those parts are your roots, holding you and supporting you. Now let's think about the breath. Let's let the next 3 breaths be big sighing breaths. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through a softly open mouth, like you're sighing any tiredness or anxiousness, any frustration. Just let it all go. And then feel like you're letting go of any tension physically from your body. And then releasing any tension that might be there in the breath. And then we can just watch as we breathe naturally. Just noticing the breath changing as it begins to establish its own rhythm and pace. I like to think of the breath as our anchor to this present moment. When our mind starts walking away, just remind ourselves of the breath to keep ourselves here and therefore keep our energy here. Just knowing if we're thinking about something else, that's where our energy is going. So try to use this time on our mat to keep our energy to ourselves. Breathing in, breathing out. And if you have a sankalpa or an intention that you're working with, bring that intention to your mind now. Or you might like to mentally repeat something to yourself, such as, may all beings be healthy, happy and safe. Let's bring our awareness again to those points of us on the mats or on our seat. And if you are on the floor, just be sure that the back of the neck is quite long. So whichever position we're in, we don't want the chin lifted up towards the ceiling. We want to feel that the chin is kind of parallel to the earth. So the back of the neck is lengthened. And if you have a pillow, make sure it's relatively flat so we're not lifting the chin too close to the chest either, just a nice neutral position. Feel your back of head on the floor and imagine it if we're seated. I'm going to start to move with the breath, so we're breathing into the centre and breathing out, just rolling the head to the right. So don't lift the head, just feel that kind of massage of your scalp. Wait till you're ready to inhale, coming back to centre. And then when you're ready to exhale, turn your head left. So we'll just stay with this. So it means we don't hurry the exhale, we make sure that completes. And therefore the movement is relatively slow and long too. And we might just get a little further each time, but we're always working to do no harm and to be honest with our practice. Let yourself notice where you feel the movement affects your body. And the next time you've been to the left with your head, rest again in the centre. Check that you're comfortable with head movements. Sometimes head movements can make us a bit lightheaded, so just be sure that you're happy with it. And maybe we can just very gently roll the shoulders. And I invite you to bring your arms beside you, so hands, back of hands resting on the floor. And as we keep the palms looking forward, I'd like us to breathe in and breathe out. Rotate all of the arms so your palms touch the ground. Let's connect that movement and breath together. Breathing in, palms look forward. Breathing out, palms look down. And feel that movement travelling all the way up that arm, so it's a rotation from the shoulder down to the fingertip. And the next time your palms are looking up, back of the hands resting on the ground, let's pause there. Observe, make sure that we've not left any tension in the neck, shoulders or jaw. Keep your left hand as it is, but turn your right palm down. Excuse me. And now as we inhale, we're going to turn the right palm forward. And as we exhale, turn the left palm down. As we inhale, turn the left palm forward. As we exhale, turn the right palm down. Let's keep that going. So nice smooth movements, as like as if we can now to involve the head. So when you turn a palm up, we'll turn in that direction. And when you turn the palm down, we'll turn in that direction. So everything nice and slow. Movement and breath working together. Next time that you've turned your head to the left, we'll slowly come back to the centre. And rest and notice. We'll bring the palms to in front of the heart, palms to palm, Anjali Mudra, Namaste. Make sure that the arms are relatively active, so we're not just kind of dropping the elbows into the body. We'll press the palms together. That's going to separate the elbows a little. It's going to open out, particularly the back of the chest. Maybe we can feel that. And feel that we're guiding the breath into that space between the shoulder blades. When we're ready to take our next breath in, let's separate the arms, just spread them as far as feels good for you. But squeeze the shoulder blades together so we feel the space across the front of the chest. And then as we exhale, bring the palms back together, pressing relatively firmly. Close your eyes as you continue with that. Maybe we can feel where the breath is moving around the body. You can also gently lift the chin as we separate the arms. And slowly lower the chin as we bring the palms together. Inhaling, we open the front of the body. Exhale, there's more space in the back of the body. This time we're going to change this now. So we're opening the arms up on the breath in. Shoulder blades knitting together. Exhale this time, cross right arm over the left and take hold of our shoulders. And relax the elbows, relax the shoulders. And work with your breath. Let's keep the hips still, but start to gently rock your upper body side to side. Feel like you're moving just your rib cage. As you feel comfortable, you could turn your head very slowly in the opposite direction to the shoulder movement. Notice when you want to inhale, when you want to exhale. Come all the way back to the centre. Take a few breaths. Guide the breaths to the space between the shoulder blades. And open the arms up on your breath in. Maybe just gently lift the chin. So never dropping the head right back. And then on a nice exhale, cross with your left arm over the top. And again, take hold of your shoulders. Or if you want to go a little further, take your hands around your ribs as though they're going to meet on your upper back. And now just keeping everything relatively still, try and guide your breath into your fingertips. See if you can move the rib cage beneath your fingers. There's a lot more lung tissue there in the back of the body. Let's really feel that we're inflating those air sacs. Filling them with life and vitality. And the next time we take a breath in, let's separate the arms again. This time shoulder blades knit together so there's more space in the chest. And we can maybe take a few lovely inhale and exhales here. Until you're ready to slowly lower your arms to a place that feels comfortable. Bring all of your focus back to you as you recognize how you feel. And then very, very slowly, take your time and we'll make our way to our seat if we're not there already. We're finding that safe seated posture, feet firmly on the floor or on a book, knees in line with their hips, and that fist distance space between feet and knees. Feel where your sitting bones are firmly in contact with the seat. And imagine those sit bones have roots. They're being drawn down into the earth. Anchoring you there. Imagine your pelvis is like a beautiful garden container filled with wonderfully nourishing soil. And your spine is growing taller out of that soil. And your head represents the most beautiful flower that you can imagine, sitting there on top of your trunk or your stem. Lots of space for life to flow around the body. Let's just lower the arms, let's just rest them beside us with the palms up. And push down into your feet, push down into your sit bones as you take your arms up and feel your body reaching. But make sure we keep the shoulders low. If it feels too much in the shoulders, bring the arms forward. So we make it suit our body. And then as we breathe out, bring the hands to rest behind the thigh on the right side. So that's going to work the core muscles a little bit. So although we're going to tilt back slightly, try not to tilt back too far and try not to let ourselves collapse in on it. So pushing into the sit bones to become tall. We take our awareness down to our right ankle and begin to take that ankle in circles. How does that feel? Change direction, sending gratitude to our ankle. And then let's push the heel away, take an inhale, and exhale, see if we can bring that thigh in towards the body so it squeezes on the belly. And as we breathe in, just let the arms straighten so the knee moves off the body. And as we breathe out, we're bringing the thigh up. Let's keep that going. We're bringing the thigh up to the belly rather than us bringing the body to greet the thigh. with the breath through the nose. Nice and relaxed through the face. And this time when we bring that thigh in, let's rest here. Just keep drawing the leg in closer. So we feel maybe a little bit of restriction, a little bit of compression in the belly. Make sure the shoulders don't hunch up around the ears. There's a lot of space between ears and shoulders. A lot of space to breathe. And then with the right foot, we'll push forward and back foot, pointing the toes, pointing the heel. And press that heel away. Wait for our next breath in and straighten the leg. Hold your hands under your thigh. And let's breathe here. Again, every time we breathe out, just let a little more of that tension drop away. And then let's bend the right knee, place that right foot on the ground. Release your hands and we'll pause here. Time for reflection on how we feel. Opportunity to drift back to this present time if we've been somewhere else. And let's do the same to the other side. So palms facing the ceiling, arms floating up on the breath in or reaching forward. So whatever feels appropriate for you. And wherever you feel the space in the body, that's what we're trying to do in yoga. Create space for the breath. So wherever the space is in the body, try and fill the space with breath. And knowing as we do that the breath is life. Try and reach a little more on your next inhale. And then as we exhale, let's bring the hands under the left thigh. Sometimes our arms aren't quite long enough for that, so if that's a problem for us, place a strap under your thigh so we can just make the arms a little bit longer. And then let's take that left ankle in circles. Remembering all the times in life when we've had to walk uneven paths, how the ankles have allowed that to happen. And round the other way. And resting in the centre. Find the breath. Push the left heel away and breathe out. Use your arms to pull your thigh into your body. And then straighten the elbows as we inhale, take it away. Exhaling, bending the elbows, drawing the thigh to the belly. Inhaling, straightening the elbows. So we're giving the tummy a massage and we're working also into the hip joint. And this next time we bring the leg in, let's hold it here. Feel your belly breathe in against your thigh. Relaxing the shoulders, soften the face. Push down through your right foot, push into your sit bones, and let's straighten out through the left leg. Keep pushing through the heel, that's going to help us to stretch out a little more. I left a little bit out there, didn't I? So let's move the foot forward and back in this position, this side. So we get a stretch through the front and the back of the shin. And then with the heel pressed away, let's bring the knee up. And place both feet back on the ground. Rest our hands on our lap or our knees, and we can feel that nice warm spreading through to the lower body. Okay, so let's keep the hands on the lap and just start to round out the spine. So begin the movement at the lower body and end the movement at the head. Head is the heaviest part, so we don't want to rush that. Then we can begin rocking forward on the pelvis. Take the navel forward, take the chest forward, gently lift the chin. So we just want to feel a space opening in the front of the throat, but we don't want to drop the head right back. And then rounding out from the lower spine. The last thing we do is tuck the chin to the chest. Just a lovely sense of space in the body. We can straighten the arms so there's a little bit of traction, and release that as we begin to move forward. Feel as though you're breathing life force, vitality into all those cushions between the bones of your back. I'm going to come away from this a little bit taller. So the next time that we go forward, we have the option, so it is an option, we don't have to do it, but to raise the right arm on the inhale. So there's more space opening on the right side, and then rolling back on the exhale, lowering that arm. Lots of time to really feel the movement. And that next time we breathe in, we can take the left arm up and back. Keep drawing the navel back towards the spine to support our spine. And if it's not too intense, take the arms forward, so it's not all the way overhead, it's reaching forward. And then rounding out as we breathe out. This time as we go forward, I'd like us to take the left heel to the floor and straighten the left leg and bring the right arm up. So we've got that lovely stretch. We're going to hold this here and continue to breathe through that diagonal stretch around the body. Notice what you're noticing. We're ready to exhale. Slide your foot back to the floor. Take our time to round out. And then on the inhale, right heel goes forward, left arm comes up. And we'll hold the picture, hold the posture, sorry. Keep the breath flowing. Nice deep breaths. Fill the space with life. And then slowly take your time rounding out. And this time coming up to a neutral seat as we breathe in. Feel both sit bones on the floor, on the seat. And bring the hands, let them rest on your heart space, centre of your chest. Let yourself connect to that feeling of connection, you and your loving heart. As we breathe in, let's straighten the right arm out to the right side and turn our head to follow the hand. And then as we breathe out, draw the right arm across the body, we're following it. And we're going to touch your left shoulder with your right hand and look over the left shoulder with your head. Or if that makes you lightheaded or dizzy, just keep your head in a position that feels good. And then as we inhale, open that right arm out again, right side. We're going to do this 4 more times. Exhale, gliding the arm across the body, hand to left shoulder, looking over to the left. Count 3 more. Feel the changes, particularly in the upper back. Can we take a deeper breath in and a slow, long breath out. This time as we inhale, let's take that right arm all the way out, and then let's just bring it gently behind us. See if we can bring the back of the hand somewhere on the middle of your back. So we can feel that we've got a hand at the front of the chest and a hand somewhere on the back of the body. So we've got this space opening out across the pectoral, the chest muscle, supporting the chest. See if we can guide the breath to those hands. Nice and relaxed. Next time you inhale, just make that breath slightly deeper. And exhale, sighing out as we release the pose. Just pause for a little while, feel the changes, make sure your shoulders are happy. We're staying with the right arm. As we breathe in, take the right arm up. Again, it might be to the side if we can't do that. And exhale, bend the elbow and bring the back of your, it's the palm of your hand to the back of your neck. Try and take your elbow to point to the ceiling if we can. Try and keep your head in neutral so it's not to one side or pushed forward. And almost feel like you're pushing into the back of your hand with the back of your head or neck. So feel that nice stretch down the back of the arm, armpits where there's a lot of lung tissue here, and the lung or the rib nice and open. Imagine as you breathe now, you're breathing only to the right side. You might even place your fingers on your right rib cage and carry the breath to your hand. And on the next breath in, stretch up with that right arm and very mindfully exhale, rest the arm down by your side and feel the blood flowing, and then we can give that hand a little bit of a shake, moving any trapped energy, shaking up the wrist, involve the elbow, involve the shoulder. And when you feel you've done enough, just rest. Maybe close your eyes and we can feel the difference between left and right side of the body. Let's bring the right hand to the heart space, left hand on top. Find that connection again. Connect to your heart. A sense of love and compassion. May all beings feel love and compassion. May I feel love and compassion. Find the breath on the next inhale. So open out the left arm, turn to look to the left. And follow that left arm across the body, bring the hand to rest on the right shoulder as we turn And look to the right, or find a place where your head is happy. Let's do 4 more like that, not too quickly as we don't want to get dizzy. This time, open the left arm and reach all the way up. Bend the elbow, see if we can bring that hand to rest on the back of the neck. Elbow looking at the ceiling, pressing the back of our neck into the hand. Right hand resting on the front of the chest. Or we can take the right hand over to the left rib cage. Close our eyes and feel that we're breathing more fully into the left side of the body. Here's our next inhale, reaching up with the left arm. And exhale, let it drop away. The tension out. We can pause then and feel the difference. You might feel a buzz of life moving through the arm. And then we'll start to gently shake out the fingers, shake out the wrist, the elbow, upper arm, and eventually shoulder. And let's involve both arms, both shoulders. Let go of any tension that might be there. And then let the hands rest. And we're just going to take the feet comfortably wide, so as wide as you're allowed, just bearing in mind any hip issues you might have. Be sure that your heels are on the floor, and if that doesn't work, pop a block or a book under your heels. And feel that you're not letting your knees roll in together. So imagine you've got strings on the outside of your knees and they're being pulled back. So we feel that internal stretch on the thigh. Adjusting the sit bones, both sit bones are down. As we rest the hands on the thighs, we've got that nice open chest space as well. It's like being a goddess, that's what we are, lovely goddesses. Even if you're a chap watching, we're being that wonderful goddess symbol. Lots of space to breathe. And we're going to lift the heels as we breathe in, so feel that actions right up into your hip, and breathe out, lower your right heel. As you breathe in, slowly lift the right heel. Breathe out, keep the heel lifted but lower the left heel. Breathe in, lift both heels. Tip both heels down as you breathe out. And breathe in, both heels lift. Breathe out, left heel down. Breathe in, both heels lift. Breathe out, right heel down. Strengthen the feet. Breathe in, both heels lift. Breathe out, both heels down. And add the arms now. Breathe in, both heels, both arms. Breathe out, lower your right heel, left arm. Breathe in, lift both heels, both arms. Breathe out, lower left heel, right arm. Breathe in, lift both arms, both heels. Lovely 5-pointed star. Breathe out, come back down. Breathe in, lift both heels, both arms. Breathe out, lower left heel, right arm. Breathe in, lift both heels, both arms. Breathe out, lower right heel, left arm. Breathe in, both heels come up, both arms come up. I'm going to hold that if we can. Breathe in, reach a little more, and as we breathe out, bend your elbows like cactus. Bring your shoulder blades, feel those sliding down the upper back, and that lovely open space in the chest. Breathe well. Take care with your back. If you have any back issues, maybe come out and rest when you need to. If you want to come into a twist with me, as we take the next exhale, draw the navel back. Keep the navel subtly drawn back. Breathe in, come tall, and breathe out, turn right. Breathe in, come centre. Keep the length in the body. Breathe out, twist left. Breathe in, back to centre. Breathe out, lower both heels. Breathe in, open your heart. And breathe out, slowly let your hands come to rest on your thigh. Pause. Notice where the body's made the effort. We're going to slowly bring the feet together, so yoga walking, bring the feet heel toe in together. And we're going to turn on the seat, so make sure you're on a nice firm seat. You're going to sit to the side and a little bit out to the edge so that your right buttock isn't actually on the seats. So it's a little bit of a balance already, so it may be that that's enough for us. You might like to catch your knee on a pillow. We're going to step the right foot back so that the knee comes down to a block or to a pillow. So we've got a lengthening in the front of the thigh. So it's as though we're lunging without having to put any weight on the knee. Just make sure you're comfortable with it. And as we hold the posture a little longer, in time, we might be able to walk the foot further back so that we've got a nice perpendicular thigh to the floor. Be sure that you're comfortable. If you have any issues with your heart, with your lungs, with your blood pressure, with your shoulders, we'll just keep the hand resting on that left thigh. If we're comfortable, on our next inhale, take either one arm or both arms up and gently just lift the chin, so not throwing the head back, but lift the eyes. That's said to lift our spirits. And feel the parts of your body that are supported. Feel as though they're being drawn down through gravity. But feel as though you're growing out that pelvis that is that lovely soil-filled bowl. Reach a little more on your next inhale, and exhale, bring your arms out to shoulder level. Now that is quite tiring, so if you need to bend the elbows and rest them on the waist, that's okay. And take a breath in and breathe out very slowly, turn to your left. And very slowly turn to your centre. And very slowly turn to your right. Very slowly come to centre. Breathe in, open the arms a little more if we can, so feel a stretch across the chest. And exhale, drop your right hand down, lift your left arm, and maybe we can also turn the head and look at the fingers. So open the left waist. Reach a little more on the inhale. Exhale, bring the arms back out to side or to your waist. Inhale, drop your left arm, bring your right arm up, looking up at the thumb. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take your time. Slowly bring everything back to neutral. We can pause and feel the change in the body. Keep that little lift on the lower tummy as we slowly bring ourselves back to face the front. And we'll take the heels out in front, so we've brought everything back into alignment. Both sit bones firmly on the seat. Lengthen the spine as you breathe in, feel yourself becoming tall, and then just easing forward. So not a massive movement, just to open up the lower back. After any potential compression in those prior movements, can we take the breath into the back of the body? Next time that we're breathing out, we draw the navel back towards the spine. Keep that support there. One by one, place the feet on the floor. Slowly bring ourselves up to sitting. And pause. And then we'll gently turn the other way. So our left knee is coming back this time. If you're finding that too much on the hip, have both feet on the floor. Still get the upper body action. So your left buttock isn't on the seat, just your right buttock. As we breathe in, draw the arms up or keep the hands low. Lift the eyes. Take some nice full breaths. And as we exhale, lower the arms out to the side, or again we can rest them on your waist. Nice breath in, and we twist to the left. And slow breath out, we return to centre. Nice breath in, and we breathe out, turn right. Push into your right foot because that is where your roots are. Breathe in, come to centre. Breathe out, relax any tension. Breathe in, lower the left arm, bring the right arm up. Feel that space. Breathe out, back to neutral. Breathe in, lower the right arm, reach up with the left arm. Breathe out, back to neutral. Breathe in, open up. And breathe out, relax the arms, let the shoulders rest. Find the space in the body for the breath. Take your time. Slowly come back to the centre. Feet are on the floor. Knees are bent. So we take that moment again to recognise changing shape in the body. So try not to be distracted, but stay here. Grow taller as you breathe in. As you breathe out, draw your navel back, and let's bring the forearms to rest on the thighs. If that's too much of a forward bend for you, place a book on your thighs so you're only coming as far forward as suits you. Another nice variation here would be to have a dining chair in front of you, the back of the chair towards you, and then you can rest your arms on there so you've got more space in the chest. Finding the breath moving into the back of the body. Might be far enough for the majority, but if we're okay, we can go a little further and bring the hands under the body, under the thighs, sorry, and we might be able to take hold of wrists or even take hold of elbows. So it's quite a deep forward bend. Tuck your chin to your chest so you can let the weight of your head open up the back of the neck. Remember, we don't have to go this deep, we work with what's appropriate for us. Do no harm and be honest with yourself. Breathe. When you want to come out, we need to activate the core. So we release the arms, bring those onto our thighs, push the floor away with the feet, and take ourselves very, very, very slowly back up to sitting. Letting everything gradually adjust to becoming upright. So, making ourselves comfortable for our relaxation. Maybe seated perhaps, or perhaps lying. As many supports as you need. If possible, close your eyes. If not, just have a soft gaze. Feel as though your eyes are coming back into your head. Feel the rise and fall of the breath. And your natural connection to the earth. Guide your awareness to the nostrils. And without using the hands, I'd like us to visualize Nadi Shodhana. So clearing our energies, balancing our energy. I'd like you to visualize as you breathe in, breathe only in through the left nostril. And imagine as you breathe out, breathing out only through the right nostril. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Keep that going. Next time you exhale through the left, let go of controlling the breath. Be an observer of the natural rhythm of your breath. Let your awareness now drift to the base of your spine. And imagine that space being filled with crimson red. Like a field filled with poppies. And imagine being filled with a sense of courage. A sense of strength. And feel as though you're drawing those positive energies upwards to fill the whole of your being. Reminding you to feel strong, courageous, fearless. Start to feel again the connection that you're making with your support. And remind yourself of your sankalpa, your intention. Begin to feel the breath flowing around your body. Feel the breath moving life down to your toes and your fingers. And begin to gently introduce movement to your fingers and your toes whenever you're ready. And just slowly, mindfully welcoming movement wherever you feel the need for it. And before you sit, be sure to rest on your side. Let's bring our hands to our hearts and just bow our head in respect for who we are and all that we've achieved. Let's seal the practice together with the peace chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace and peace and peace. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.